road system will have to pay a toll. Yeah, because it will be faster. You'll get to your destinations on time. It will cut down on the congestion, on traffic. Good proposals. I think it ought to be supported. Because for a long time, the former president, Mwai Kibaki, had been criticized for spending so much in infrastructure. But right now, we are reaping the benefits. Of what that
infrastructure definitely has opened up the country. I mean, if you look at some areas, you find, for example, a place like Utawala was almost non-existent, but with the opening of the road now, it's literally a beehive of activity, which is a good thing. All right, moving on now to page 8. Another phenomenon that's got gripped Kenyans is to do with betting.
Oh, yes.
But we have a gentleman here who won 20 million, and he says he's going to turn around his life. One of the things, of course, he's expecting to do, as some would expect, is to get a second wife.
Oh, yeah, quite certainly. There were issues there of his first wife having run away from home. But yeah, nice stories, but the only concern is that such stories are only a drop in the ocean. Because the betting industry, the gaming industry, they have been known to rake in billions of shillings. And the negative side of this is that these monies do not get invested in Kenya.
Correct.
These monies find their way outside, they are channeled outside, because most of those people, if you lift the veil of ownership of some of these companies, you'll find that they are associated with people who are foreigners.
Right.
So Kenya does not really benefit. And as per our laws, the Betting and Control Act requires that some of these betting agencies should invest most of their profits into charity. We have not seen any corporate social responsibility initiatives that has huge impact on lives. Yeah, such as maybe you'll say Safaricom Foundation, which has changed lives, the Equity Foundation, which has changed lives, taken students to school. We are yet to see that one for the betting industry.
From the betting industry. And of course, well, let's wait and see how it goes. It's a multi-billion shilling industry. And also, speaking of which, it was interesting to see members of parliament jostling to control and see whether they can be part of the committee that's going to be overseeing this.
Yes, there are concerns about that, because even the other day, the CORD leader, Raila Odinga, had actually rang the alarm bell that there should be concerns, because operatives are known to hijack such processes. And in Kenya, the thin line between lobbying, genuine policy lobbying, and bribery is very tenuous. Yeah? And you're aware that we are approaching an election season where politicians will definitely be in need of money, and lots of money for that. So whatever it is, because we are aware that Parliament will be voting on that committee, whatever members they come up with should be those who are credible, those who have integrity, and those who will have the interest of Kenyans at heart. Because it will be very easy for these MPs to be taken somewhere off into some beach, to be lobbied and, and be told that we'll fund your campaign, we'll do this. You just make sure that we do not pay taxes and such like that. So we need men and women of integrity to make sure that the gaming and betting industry comply with the law, they pay the necessary taxes, and the actual benefits that come out of it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Moving on now to page 10, matters politics. And, well, Jubilee Party finally seems to be getting its house in order in terms of getting the merger, which has been, well, tried severally and has failed. But now they say that they are ready to launch that. However, it comes with another nightmare, and that is that of nominations, because, of course, everybody is coming in with hoping to get some stake out of it.
Yes. That's quite right. The initiative to merge political parties, well, it is a good initiative on several platforms. Parties who think that they have the same ideological standpoints, they have the same policy issues, parties who will be ready to push for the same manifestos should be encouraged to merge. But actually, it should not be a situation whereby you are compelled, to disband your political party so that you join another outfit. Because remember, the Constitution guarantees each and every Kenyan the right to associate, to form political parties with whomever that they want.
Correct.
And already you'll probably take this to the bank that there are some certain parties which will not wind up. We will still have minor political parties going into the general election, because ultimately nominations have always been a headache. In the IEBC selection committee, there are even proposals that the new IEBC be funded by the taxpayers to carry out political party primaries, because there has always been a lot of hue and cry from that one. You find that at the grassroots you've won, your competitor will take an air ticket, come to Nairobi, go to the party headquarters, you know, pay some certain amount.
They get
yes, somehow they get
certificates.
Yes. I think political parties ought to be allowed to carry out their internal party primaries, but in a manner that respects the law. They ought to be brought within the framework of the Political Parties Act, that they follow the law. The primaries should be democratic, should be fair, should be open. Yeah, so it remains to be seen, but you can take this to the bank. The next general elections, you will have the two coalitions, be it CORD, Jubilee, but also you'll have minority parties.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, well, that forms the basis of, actually, of the headline on the Daily Nation, where they're saying 9 parties ready to fold and join Jubilee. Again, of course, we've highlighted the challenges that they're likely to face. And one of those, of course, being the nominations and the fact that every party that would fold up, as it were, to join Jubilee would expect that they're going to have some amount of political mileage that they can benefit and reap from that merger. However, that, of course, is also a very difficult call for the Jubilee leaders, because they can't have everybody benefit equally.
Oh, yes. What they're looking at, because from experience, having had the previous general elections, dominance in parliament is a key requirement if you're to push through policy. So Jubilee is looking at securing the majority seats, both in the National Assembly, both in Senate, and also, as to some extent, the county assemblies. So, but it remains to be seen, because still the majority may have the way, but still we have the minority who will definitely also have to have their say. So, well, for those parties who will fold up and enter into a coalition, well and good. But for those who will remain, they ought to be given the space to articulate their own issues, because not in the political field, not everyone definitely is going to agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Page 5, still sticking to matters politics, and the opposition, through its leader, Raila Odinga, one of its core principles, is in Kisii, and he hit out at Jubilee as expected. And of course, we do know that we had a number of Kisii leaders who had gone to State House, and they were being accused of exercising what is known as tumbo politics.
Oh yeah, quite certainly. Even the CORD leader, Raila Odinga, said that the kind of politics that Jubilee is playing is perimende politics, where incentives are being given, you know, so that the people change their political views. But it's quite interesting and theatrical. Even when you look at the Kisii delegation that came to State House the other time, quite hilarious. They go to State House, have their say, have whatever it is that there, but immediately after that, you'll see them at Orange House again, reading a totally different script. And, yes, and I think this is expected until we have our next general elections. Yeah.
Okay. Some interesting polls also came through that.